Hey guys, in today's lesson video, I'm going to talk about how we could create that effortless throwing motion towards the target for that effortless speed and power. And it happens from the start to the top of the backswing. So if you try to create a big coil to the top of the backswing, if you try to create that separation, try to create that X factor, we're never going to have a really effortless golf swing, because what happens is that for most amateur golfers, they try to create an X factor and a coil motion to the top of the backswing, because ideally, on paper, when we hear this lesson where if we keep our lower body very stable and still, if we don't rotate everything together, we just keep our lower body very stable and still, and if I rotate only my upper body to the top of the backswing, we're going to create a big coil, and we're going to have that upper body lower body separation, that X factor. And what's going to happen is that once you create that X factor, we're going to create a rubber band effect, and my body's going to unwind towards the target for that effortless power, and we're going to hit the golf ball 400 yards. But what actually happens is that it sounds good on paper, but what actually happens is that from my setup position, when most amateur golfers, because most amateur golfers are not flexible like the tour professionals, even myself, I'm not a flexible person. So I think I'll be a great example for this lesson. So if I keep my lower body very stable, and if I just try to wind my upper body to the top of the backswing, in this position right here, this is as far as I could go. So I'm very under-rotated, and this golf club does not have any depth. So from this position, the only way I could get to a higher position to the top is if I lift up my arms. So if I'm under-rotated, and if I just lift up my arms to the top of the backswing, as soon as I start to unwind towards the target, my golf club is going to come steep and over the top, and I'm going to have a out to in swing path every single time. So let me explain why we don't want to create a coil to the top of the backswing, but creating the X factor and creating a coil should only be part of your downswing. So if I explain from the face on camera, if you picture a major league pitcher, a major league baseball player pitching the baseball, what you see is that you see an individual that throws a ball the fastest in the world. That's what major league pitchers are. They throw the ball the fastest in the world, in my opinion. So what's going to happen is that when you see major league pitchers throwing the ball on the mound, you never see a major league pitcher have a very stable lower body and they just wind their upper body to throw a pitch. You never see that motion. What happens is that they get into this position, the ready position, then everything winds up together in this manner right here, then coming down, they throw the ball. So going up in this position right here, so we'll just call it the backswing for a pitcher, winding up this way. When they wind up, everything rotates together. You can see that my pelvis and my chest is all pointing away from the target, which is the batter. So what's going to happen is that when we're trying to hit the golf ball or throw a ball, we never try to restrict our lower body and just unwind away from the target. That never works. It's not how we throw a ball. It's not how we should swing the golf club. So what happens is that if you want to create effortless speed and effortless power, never try to coil to the top of the backswing. Instead, rotate everything together. Then the coil happens coming down when we create that lower body and upper body separation in the downswing. So that coil and the X factor should only be focused in transition in the downswing, because you never see a major league baseball player just wind up their upper body, they wind up everything together, then coming down, they create that lower body and upper body separation. And that's what helps us create that effortless throwing motion towards the target. So if I grab my golf club, now if I show you from the down the line view, instead of going to the top of the backswing with my lower body staying very quiet, what's going to happen is that I'm going to rotate everything together in this position right here. I'm going to rotate everything together. I'm going to rotate everything together to the top of the backswing. Then coming down, now this is when I'm going to create that upper body and lower body separation, and that's going to help me throw the golf club towards the target and create that rubber band effect. So the coil and the X factor should only be focused in the downswing. So one more time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up my lower body and upper body, everything together. Then from this position, my lower body is going to rotate back to my setup position while my upper body just kind of relaxes and stays in place. Then once I get into this position, now I'm going to throw my arms towards the target, just like throwing a frisbee or just like throwing a ball. We never throw a frisbee everything together. We never throw a frisbee with just my upper body winding up and my lower body staying still. Everything winds up together, then my lower body goes first, then I swing my arms towards the target. So just like throwing a frisbee, it should be the same sequence as we're swinging the golf club. So whenever you guys have a question about the golf swing, think to yourself, if I don't throw a ball in that manner, then I shouldn't swing the golf club that way. So if I throw a ball in this position right here, I should also be swinging the golf club in that same exact general motion. So once again, everything winds up to the top together, then coming down, my lower body is going to unwind back to my setup position. Then I'm going to throw my arms towards the target. So if I do that in one slow, gradual motion, it's going to look something like this. Top of the backswing. So if you guys just work on this and work on that throwing motion, I think we'll have a really good time of creating that effortless speed and power, and it happens from the backswing. Don't try to create a coil to the top of the backswing. Just do everything works together. Then coming down, this is when we should create that upper body and lower body separation and then throw the golf club. So try that out, and let me hit one more for you guys. Let me try to make solid contact. Let's go. Everything together, unwind my lower body, and then throw my arms. So from the face-on golf swing, lower body goes, then my arms. We're gonna go lower body, arms. Lower body, arms, just like we're throwing a ball. So if you guys have any other questions, please let me know down in the comments below. And for in-person or online lessons, I'll leave all the information in the description below. Thanks, guys.